24-year-old Aniya Mack had her whole life ahead of her. She was described as beautiful, sweet, and a loving young woman who brightened every room she entered. She was smart and studying psychology at Western Michigan University and had a grade point average of 3.8. Tragically, Aniya's life would be taken away from her, and the person responsible would shock many in this community. Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. Aniya was born on February 8, 1994, to the union of Loretta Rankin Bailey and Anthony Mack. Aniya received her high school education at Muskegon Heights. She was extremely involved in several extracurricular activities, including the National Honor Society, the cheering team, and the marching band, in which she served as captain of the Majorettes. After receiving her diploma in 2012, she immediately enrolled at Western Michigan University and became a member of the Jadder dance team. Aniya loves dancing, singing, doing hair and makeup. She was regarded as a diva by both her family and her close acquaintances. Aniya was such a beautiful young lady. She was also incredibly kind, and she had a way of illuminating every space that she entered. Aniya Mack was dating 25-year-old Donovan Lewis, a former Kalamazoo Community College basketball player. Aniya was overjoyed about a recent employment offer to work with autistic children in Kalamazoo. Therefore, when she failed to show up for work one day, her loved ones and friends believed that something was wrong. Mack's mother was able to get in touch with her boyfriend Donovan, and he informed her that he hadn't heard from her in a while. However, he did say that Mack and her pastor had a meeting planned. She decided to contact the pastor, but her efforts were unsuccessful because he confirmed that he hadn't seen or spoken with Mack in quite some time. On June 28, 2018, Mack phoned Kalamazoo Police Department and reported her daughter missing after realizing that her friends, boyfriend, and pastor were unaware of her whereabouts. To check on Aniya Mack's well-being, officers were then sent to the apartment building where she resided. They knocked a few times but got no response, so they stepped inside and saw blood on the carpet. Blue light analysis of the carpet at the crime scene indicated that bleach and other cleaning agents had been used in an effort to clean it. The carpet was then sent to the crime lab for analysis to determine who the blood belonged to. Additionally, they discovered several alcohol bottles in the living room and bedroom, which suggested that she had company in the house. Police were informed by neighbors that Aniya Mack had a boyfriend identified as Donovan Lewis and that he often dropped by her house. Lewis was taken to the police station for interrogation by detectives despite the fact that they made no mention of ever overhearing a fight between the pair. There, he disclosed to the investigators that his girlfriend was having an affair with the pastor of her church, who was married. Lewis said that he originally grew suspicious of their connection because the pastor provided her a vehicle, often stopped by her apartment, and even paid her rent. Lewis believed that these actions indicated a romantic involvement between them. Additionally, Lewis claimed to have screenshotted a lewd text message the pastor wrote to Mack on June 16, 2018. He presented it to the investigators. It stated, "I'm trying to offer you the best day of your life, but you're running from it." The pastor was quick to refute the accusations. Because he had previously assisted other members of the church who were in need, he indicated that it wasn't unusual for him to provide Mack with money support or any other form of help. Additionally, he offered a defense for the day Aniya Mack vanished, saying that while he did see her that day, it was only for a small period of time and the remainder of the day was spent with his wife. To their surprise, a call from Mack's acquaintance mentioning a Facebook post that Donovan Lewis had written arrived just as the investigators were ready to call the pastor's wife. In the post, he expressed his regret for his actions by writing, "I just hope all of you can forgive me. I apologize to anyone that ever looked up to me and loved me." Donovan's house was located in the 4000 block of West Michigan Avenue, and the police went there to question him. His grandma resided there with him. When they knocked on the door, Lewis emerged from the home ready prepared for cops to arrest him. He had his hands behind his back and said to the cops, "Just take me in, and we'll talk about it on the way." The detective response to him was, "Just tell me now." It was at that time that Donovan Lewis admitted to having killed Aniya Mack. Lewis told the officers at the police station that on June 24, 2018, he and his girlfriend were drinking at her apartment. Lewis, who was under the influence of alcohol at the time, made the decision to confront her about her connection with the pastor. After some back and forth, Lewis allegedly lost control and punched Mack in the face, which knocked her unconscious. Then, after slitting her neck with a huge kitchen knife, he wrapped her body in a waste bag and placed it in a suitcase. Lewis put the luggage in the trash at his apartment complex at first, but he took it out before morning and placed it into his mother's vehicle. Lewis said that he transported the luggage to a stream off of East Main Street in Comstock Township, where he left it for 4 days while it became coated in mud. On June 29, 2018, he showed investigators where Aniya Mack's body was located. Due to the mud and chilly water, the body hadn't begun to decompose yet. Detectives investigated the relationship between the pastor and Aniya, but discovered no proof they were having an affair. Donovan Lewis was formally arrested on the same day and held in the Kalamazoo County Jail charged with murder.
New at 6, we're learning a little bit more about the investigation into the murder of a Western Michigan University student, Aniya Mack.
Police reports reveal that her boyfriend says his motive for killing her involves her relationship with a prominent pastor who is also the president of the NAACP, Strickland. 24-Hour News 8's Heather Walker has been going through the reports. She joins us live with what she's learned now. Heather?
Well, the Reverend Strickland, he denies the allegations that he had a romantic relationship with Mack. However, in the police report, it does say that Strickland did, however, contact police about the release of a white Chevy Malibu that was claimed as evidence in the investigation to Mack's death. Now, Strickland said the car belonged to his wife in those reports. Also, according to the report, Mack was part of the choir at Second Baptist Church where Strickland preached. Mack's boyfriend Lewis told police the couple got into an argument over her growing relationship with the Reverend, which led up to the murder. The report states that Lewis said he knew Strickland was allowing Mack to borrow his car, but didn't know about the relationship until he grew suspicious when Strickland started stopping by their apartment to pick up Mack more often. Lewis goes on to tell investigators in that report that Mack told him that the Reverend had threatened her. Lewis did not give details about how she was threatened to police, but in that report it says that the threats were a result of Mack saying she was going to tell people about her relationship with Strickland. Lewis also stated in that interview that once he learned about their relationship, he'd been having, quote, some of the most violent dreams he had ever had, unquote. Now, we did go by the Reverend's home today to hear his response to the allegations. We were told he was out of town, but he did speak to us over text saying it's untrue, saying he had not seen this report, but points out that the information in the report came from the suspect, who is also using an insanity defense. And he added that, quote, I'm trying to be sensitive to the fact that Aniya is possibly not the only life that was lost, but this young man deserves for his family to be given some time to quote as well.
On September 19, 2018, Lewis attempted to escape from prison 3 days before his trial was scheduled to begin. He ran towards the security barrier and jumped over it while playing soccer in the recreation yard with 2 other prisoners. According to the reports, he scaled 2 additional gates that had barbed and razor wire on their tops. Approximately 33 minutes later, officers with the Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety located and detained Lewis at the intersection of South Burdick Street and West Maple Street. Lewis said that he did not make an attempt to flee in order to get away from his difficult situation. Rather, he did so simply out of worry for the safety of his family, since they were allegedly receiving death threats. In the Kalamazoo County Circuit Court on the 28th of October, 2019, Lewis made an appearance before Judge Paul Bridenstine. During this hearing, the aunt of the victim delivered a victim impact statement.
You took something dear from us. You did. We can't get it back. And you got to live with that. And I hope you can. And I meant that. I haven't forgiven him. My sister, I haven't. And in time, I'm sure I will, but not now. I'm not ready.
The judge informed Lewis that Aniya Mack didn't deserve any of these things just before sentencing. She didn't deserve to be hit to begin with. She didn't deserve to be put unconscious. She didn't deserve to be stabbed and murdered, and her body didn't deserve to be treated like less than garbage. And all of that happened because of you, nobody else. Aniya Mack's killer, Donovan Lewis, was given a jail term ranging from 25 to 40 years for her murder in the 2nd degree. Aniya Mack was taken way too soon. She deserved a chance to live her life. No matter the reason, Donovan had no right to do what he did to Aniya. My condolences to her friends and family. May you find some way to heal from this tragedy. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.